Are you mean or are you just setting boundaries? Let's get started. Hi, Exotical Barbies. I had asked in the post about what topics I should talk about, and one of them was how basically people expose themselves when they talk bad about exoticals, and then on top of that, they try to play victim. Let's go into this. So, one thing about it is when people attack us as article Barbies, they usually use projection in a way. So, for example, like to basically exposing themselves. So, for example, if someone don't like that you're setting boundaries for yourself, like with Anne Hathaway, they would try to say that you're difficult to work with, that you're mean. When in reality, you're probably like, oh, please don't do that. Or no, we're not like this. Or it's like, oh, don't call me that. All of a sudden, they're like, well, I was just trying to do this, and she was mean to me. Think about that Anne Hathaway interview with that lady who had a controversial kind of outbreak with what's her name, Blake Lively, when she asked Anne Hathaway to sing, and Anne Hathaway's like, no thank you. And because of that, a lot of people started saying how she was a mean girl. And with that being said, is articles, don't apologize. You know what I'm saying? Don't apologize. Don't try to clear up the air. Allow them to expose themselves. Also, too, when they say, "Oh, like let's say you have curly hair, right?" And you expose someone, they be like, "Well, you just have like the girl who's on a post, you just have aspired lace, or you just only have spaghetti noodle hair." You know what I'm saying? Or your hair is very raggedy. You need to fix that up. They usually do that because you basically won the argument, and because they cannot stay on topic for the life of them and actually try to prove what they're trying to say, they will attack something that they feel as though that you would be insecure about. For some of you, it may be your skin tone, whether you're light skin, dark skin, whatever. Like I remember someone told Iman, the beautiful model. Oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. Anyways, so she was a white girl dipped in chocolate because of her features and whatnot, featureism. Or they probably say, well, you just look like a regular black person. So you know what I'm saying? So they try to do those things to humble you. That being said, let's talk about the double standards in which how it's sassy when you do it, but it's fine when they do it. So I feel as though this can go along with the hierarchy of like different talking points of colorism, race, texturism, featureism. So let's say like you're in the hood and you're a suburb girl, right? I don't care if you're black, white, I don't care. Anyways, let's say you go in the hood one night, whatever, and everyone justify the person who's making fun of you for you being uppity, for you thinking you're this and that, for you thinking you have a higher mindset, but in reality you wasn't even close to thinking that. You just probably like, oh, that's a nice shirt you have, and they're like, oh, you think you're uppity, you thinking this and that. It's like, first of all, I'm not that. And when you do clap back or you have boundaries, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, you're a mean person. You're a horrible person. She's proving my point and whatnot. Exoticals, all I gotta say is this: use that to your advantage. I am full blown. Use that to your advantage. I'm not saying play full out where he's like, yeah, I think I'm better than you. I mean, think about it, like with what's that called? Nicki Minaj. I remember how she was called in like her future career, how she's called like hard deal with, how she was mean and whatnot, and she basically saying in her songs how she's not the nice guy, how she chopped all of everyone. You see how she said to her advantage, or what's that call it? And people stop saying that. People start saying, "Oh, okay," or like, what's that call it? Taylor Swift, bad reputation. Use that as your signature. You don't have to be like, oh no, I'm not, we're not, because you're gonna have that guilt. Okay, I already went to the light skin guilt, but I realized there's different types of guilt, so I will make videos about that. Let me know if you have ever dealt with that. I think it's a suburb girl guilt as well, because I feel like there's different types of guilt. Anyways, let me keep going. Don't play into that guilt. Be like, okay. Just be like, okay. Use that to your advantage. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never say you was a nice person to begin with. There's no such thing as a good guy or a good girl. You know what I'm saying? And plus, too, people try to be like, oh, you're going to be canceled for this. You're going to be canceled for that. There's no such thing as cancel culture. I'm going to be really, 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 really honest with you. It's just called they not listening to you, and then they gonna bring you back. I mean, think about it. They did that with a lot of celebrities when they say, oh, we're gonna cancel you, we're gonna cancel you. I mean, think of James Charles, for crying out loud. That dude, he been canceled too many times, and many people, because they can't stand their ground, stand 10 toes ground, they keep watching the video. But the thing is, he already knows he's gonna come back, because he's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So, like, with that being said, don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. You're not, you know what I'm saying? If you are, guess what? Who's going to check you? Okay, there's a place for everyone here in this world, okay, including narcissists, all these crazy people. So you tell me there's no place for you, and I'm saying you're all these people, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they usually have the double standards because of the hierarchy thinking of like, is like basically like, oh yeah, we always like this, we all like that. So when you burst their bubble of people, like when, for example, narcissists usually have enablers. And because those people that usually have a lot of friends and friends, so no one is friend, whoever that saying is, yeah, those type of people. So when you encounter them, and then when you burst your bubble, of course they're gonna get angry when you speak about it and whatnot. For example, when I speak about light skins having difficulty in the black community, and then black people say, oh, we're black at the end of the day, or you just need to calm down. See how you making it such an issue, and at the end of the day, and then you know what I'm saying, and they try not to justify and whatnot. That's because a lot of them have that hierarchy thinking rather than addressing the issue at hand. So that is why that's happening. And honestly, if you're having that problem, whether with the friendship or with the family, cut them off. Dismiss them. And I know some of you guys, because I know like a good 15% of you guys are 13, 17-year-olds who are watching my channel. Besides like the majority is like older grown folks. If you are living with your parents and you're grown, I'm kind of dismissing that. Dismiss it, because they love to engage in that arguments and whatnot, because it kind of fuel their foil for what they think of you, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Foil, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I forgot another word for that. But anyways, yeah, like it fills their head, that's what I mean to say. Sorry, I forgot the word in English for that. But yeah, so you need to like dismiss them, don't hang around with them. I'm telling you guys, ever since I've been doing that, because it was kind of hard for me as a child doing that and whatnot, because I had to as I told you guys, I kind of lived with some of the families that had the hierarchy thinking. But when you don't, like when you separate yourself from it, from those type of people, those thinking, your life would change drastically to the point you forget these type of people exist. But I speaking of for these, because I realize there is a huge double standard. For example, I'm even going to make a bigger example. And when mixed women call out how some black women, like Queen Asia, when she has said that how she's bullied for her hair type and how she's light skinned and whatnot from by the way, I don't even think she said black woman. She never said black woman, but I remember she did say nappy headed. I remember a lot of people got angry, but I'm like, you guys literally made fun, not you guys as people, I'm talking about the people who bully her. Okay, so I'm just saying that people who bully her, you guys probably call her all types of names. I remember because she said how they was calling her all these names and whatnot. But once I call you a raghead, noodlehead, you gonna get upset. You see the double standard. I'm so sorry. This is prolonged of me talking about this, but it's true. There is a huge double standard with that. And with that being said, a lot of them do that because of insecurities of how they feel towards themselves, and because, like I said earlier, hierarchy thinking, and because insecure people are usually 10 times out of 10 delusional. Of course, they're gonna think that you are this way. Of course, and they play victim because they know that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, like, let's say that I had called you a name, unprovoked, you're mind your own business, and, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to call you a name, justifiably so. Because if you do something to me, if I do something to you, I expect that you do that to me. And I'm over here like, because I know I cannot win this argument, and because I know I'm going to look like the bad guy, I'm going to call you names. And then on top of that, let's say, because I know this is sometimes, especially in narcissistic groups and whatnot, they be like oh, well, what they said about you guys is right. You guys are selfish, or you guys are mean. Think about black men and mixed women or other race of women when they be like, because those type of black men that fetishize other races and try to put down black women in the process, like, oh, that's why I go to a mixed woman, that's why I go to a white woman, because they have higher thinking. Anyways, so you know how sometimes, like, for mixed women, when they meet a mixed woman and meet a light skin, they be like, when they get rejected, or like when an exotic will be like, no, I don't want to do this or that, whatever. He'd be like, oh, what they say about you guys are right. You guys are evil. See, it's kind of like one of those things as well. Like I said before, to hack this to this game, ignore them, or you could play into it. It were time and time again. There's no such thing as cancel culture, especially if you like being an influencer or not. I mean, look at Cardi B, look at Nicki, look at what's her name, Taylor Swift and whatnot. Them girls use those things to their advantage. Like, you know what? Let's play with it. Anyways, tell me how you feel. Have this happened to you? Are you in school and this happened to you? Did this happen to you when you was in school? Did this happen to you with a family member? Let me know. Comment down below. Tell me how everything with you and go. Bye.